Hello. She is the first Brazilian-born to participate as a main artist in the Eurovision Song Contest and also as a composer. But she's here to represent the homeland of her father. It's Laura Rizzotto from Latvia.
Ain't it funny, ain't it funny?
Ain't it funny?
All it all started as a joke.
You have 5 minutes of photo opportunity on this side of the stage.
Punchline.
So if you want to come, join us.
'Cause I've been keeping to myself for way too long, yeah. Ain't it funny, ain't it funny? I made you laugh every time we spoke. I locked my heart in hesitation, but somehow you cracked the code. I tore down my walls and wrecked the ceiling, ready to bear it all. But you're looking at her, she's looking at you. I'm falling apart. What can I do to make you feel that way about me too? Yeah, yeah. And it's getting hard, I'm not gonna lie. To keep in the dark, all I'm feeling inside when you're walking, smelling like her perfume. What was I thinking? I'm just the funny girl to you. Can you feel me? Can you feel me? Like a fire rising in the smoke. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Open up with every note. 'Cause I've been playing to myself for way too long. Oh, I tore down my walls and I wrecked the ceiling, ready to bear it all. What was I thinking? You're looking at her, she's looking at you. I'm falling apart. What can I do to make you feel that way about me too? Yeah, yeah. And it's getting hard, I'm not gonna lie. To keep in the dark, all I'm feeling inside when you're walking, smelling like her perfume. What was I thinking? I'm just the funny girl.
Laura Rizzotto representing Latvia. Ladies and gentlemen, a big applause for her. There. Yes. We have a display of Laura's risotto already here on the table. I'm sorry to disappoint you, the ones that don't speak Portuguese, but this is going to be all in Portuguese, this press conference. No, I'm joking. We're not going to do that. Laura de Carvalho Rizzotto.
Yeah, hello. It's been a while since someone said my full name. Wow.
But because it's so Portuguese, well, not the risotto part, but the de Carvalho. So do you have relatives in Portugal? Or?
Yeah, on my mother's side, actually, I believe her grandparents were from Portugal as well. So I am Latvian and Brazilian, representing Latvia and Portugal. It's quite the ride.
But welcome to Lisbon. It's
you.
a great pleasure to have you here. You were born, of course, in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, in Rio. How's Rio, by the way? Continua lindo?
Sempre lindo. No, Rio is definitely one of the most wonderful places I've been to. It's sunshine, beach, and actually Lisbon reminds me a lot of Rio.
Yeah?
So it's nice.
And
yeah, I feel very
in what
home.
way?
Just the people here, everyone's so nice and chill, and also I can feel, I mean, Portugal colonized Brazil, so they have a lot of connections,
We're sorry
right?
for that.
Damn it. But it's nice, then you see
Too
the
late.
connection, the cultural connection,
Yeah.
and how the people behave as well, it's very similar. It's nice, I feel very cozy, very at home.
Good to know. But of course, you've been spending a lot of time in Latvia, and you're also learning the language.
Yes.
How different is your routines in Brazil and then in the US, because you also lived there for quite a long time, and now in Riga, I imagine that you spend most of the time there.
I mean, it's been crazy because I live in New York. I still
Okay.
live there, but I've been, spending a lot of time in Latvia and just traveling back and forth for the past few months because of the whole Eurovision preparation. And there are the pre-parties that I attended to. I went to Madrid and Amsterdam and then Tel Aviv, and then I shot a music video in Paris recently that I'm super
Wow.
excited about. Yeah.
It's like a global operation.
Oh my God, yeah. Eurovision has really turned my life upside down in the best way possible.
Good
So,
to know.
yeah, but every place offers something different. And I think right now is a crazy time because I feel like I'm spending time in many different places, not just one. So.
And do you already have like special places in Riga that you like to go?
Yeah, right now my grandma actually just moved back to Latvia, my Latvian grandma, and I actually really like just being at her apartment because it's so cozy and it feels like home as well. Just anywhere that I can go with my family, really, to grab a bite. It's a good time.
And you decided to learn Latvian also to be more in touch with
Yes,
your
of course.
heritage. How difficult is it for you?
Very, very hard. But I like
But
it a
you're
lot.
managing, because I saw an interview on TV that you're actually, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying my best. The more I can speak Latvian, I always try. Of course, with the Eurovision time now, it's been harder to find time to study, but I want to become fluent. I will get back to it for sure. But in Latvia, like the Latvian language is our religion, right? So it's really important that we learn the language, and I love it actually. It's a beautiful language, and it's so interesting too. The grammar behind it is so logical, so I'm excited about it.
It is a beautiful language. Did you think about making a Latvian version of Funny Girl and also a Portuguese version of Funny Girl?
Oh my God, okay.
A lot of work.
Yeah, wait, Latvian version, wait. Give me a second. We were joking about it backstage too, because the Funny Girl, like, it would really, I've written versions for songs before in different languages, because my first language is Portuguese, but I write in English. Sometimes I write Portuguese versions for my songs that are in English. But for Funny Girl, I really have to think about it, because it wouldn't fit, you know?
What would it be in Latvian? Funny Girl.
Yeah, Funny Girl.
Could it work?
No, juokadare. Juokadare, it would be. Yeah, but like, it's for songwriting, you have to basically, when you're writing versions, you have to take the original message of the song and rewrite the lyric to fit in that language. So it would take a little bit more Latvian than what I have now.
So what can you tell us about Funny Girl? What were the ideas behind it, and is it a true story? Were you ever the funny girl in a relationship? Or
Well, who hasn't been? The Funny Girl is a song that talks about, basically, to speak as a millennial, to being friend zoned, right? It's a girl that falls in love with her best friend, and she doesn't want to tell him about it. She feels insecure because she's afraid of being rejected, right? It's very normal, and doesn't want to make the first move, but she always makes him laugh. They're just the best friends. But then one day, she can't take it anymore. She decides to finally tell him, this is how I feel, but she waited too long. And then he fell in love with someone else, and she witnesses that happening, and she became just the friend, just the funny girl. And my message with the song is for people, and what I learned from writing the song was just embrace vulnerability. Don't be afraid of hearing no or rejection. Just it's such a beautiful thing when you feel that way about someone, and you should let them know, whether you're a boy or a girl. Don't be just a funny girl. Yeah,
so
you make your
move. Even if you're
move.
making a fool of yourself, it's just better to just put it all out.
Exactly, you should, of course.
How did you get in touch with Supernova? Did you have the song before, or then you decided to send it to Supernova?
Yeah, I had written the song just for myself before, and then I was planning to travel to Latvia for the Song and Dance Festival that happens there this summer, and then I saw a story about Supernova, and of course I knew about Eurovision, but I hadn't really thought to apply. But I was like, well, what song would I do? Yeah, and it's like, well, it's in Portugal this year, would be kind of amazing.
Like stars aligned.
Exactly. I was like, well, wouldn't that be fun? And then it happened, so I feel so lucky, really.
Nah. This is such a great moment. Okay, questions from the audience. I would like to stress that the organization would not allow in any way any question that would put the artist in distress. So I beg you and order you to keep in the musical terms, please. Yes, here on the third row.
Hello.
Hi, Michael from Eurovisionary.com. This is daughter Lauren from America, like yourself. What brought you to America from Brazil, and why do you now live in New York rather than your home country? What do you love about it?
Well, I think I lived in the US actually when I was younger already for a year. When I was 11 years old to 12, so 2005, 2006, I lived there for a year because my family moved. And then I started learning English. I did my 6th grade in the US, in Minnesota, back in the day. And I think that's when I started writing my songs. And so I learned how to write songs in English already. That's how I learned how to express myself musically. And it felt very natural. That's what I liked. And I think a lot of my musical influences also came from the US. And I think when I was there in school, I got to see a little bit of a glimpse of what the entertainment industry was there. And there's so much power, so much investment, and just so much inspiration. And it felt like that's where I wanted to be to pursue that dream. And also, I write my songs in English, so it really felt like it makes sense. And as an artist, I think the idea, our purpose, is to really share our stories and share our message and what I want my message to achieve and to reach the biggest number of people possible, and English is a really great way to do that as well. And when I was 17, I was already working in Brazil. I had my first album out there with Universal Music Brazil at the time. I got a scholarship to go to Berklee College of Music in Boston, and I already had studied music for many years, classical piano and voice and guitar, but I really wanted to go to college to study music and just perfect myself as a musician. And when I got the scholarship, I was like, well, I can't say no, and that's kind of how it all began, and I've been there ever since.
But you go back to Brazil quite often, eh?
Yeah, of course. I was there last year, and I'm coming back this year as well, so I'm excited.
Yeah. There in the back, thank you.
Hi, Alistair Birch from Europhile. Can you please tell us about the names of your musical instruments? And when you get a new instrument, when does it get a name and how do you choose it?
Interesting.
You did your research, man. Cool. Well, okay, so for those of you who don't know, I tend to name my instruments, especially my guitars, because at the end of the day, I feel like they're my best friends. They're the ones that I tell my secrets to and then create. They're like my co-writers, I guess. My first guitar ever is a blue Yamaha, and it's called Shelby. And I think the names, all of them came up in a different way. This Shelby, I think I was maybe 15, and I was like in a like Omegle or chat room with my friend. I didn't know what it was, but then we created a username called Shelby. I was like, that's a cool name. And I remember riding with my guitar and looking at it, being just like, Shelby, yeah. And I have another one that I called Haley, and I wrote it when I was, I decided the name when I was playing and I was writing a song, and I was really inspired by a song by Paramore at the time as well. And I looked at the guitar and it just made sense. So I think the names, they're usually something that inspires me. I have another guitar also that's Joss. That's inspired by Joss Stone, one of my biggest references as well as a vocalist.
But
So,
do you talk to them like, hey Shelby, how are you?
I don't want to sound crazy. So
Don't want to sound crazy.
well, you know, yeah. But I mean, it depends. Songwriting process, it's a little bit of you talking to yourself, right? So in
I
that
know.
sense,
It's
I don't
like
say
talking to a
hi, good
plant, or-
morning. I hug my instruments, but I hope that's normal. I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's perfectly normal.
Okay,
It's
okay.
fine, it's fine.
Okay, make me feel better. Thank you.
Okay, here in the front. Okay, next.
Hi, my name is Farouk from Eurovisão magazine in France. You told that you were writing songs in English, but if I ask you to write a song in Portuguese and a song in Latvian, what style would you choose for the Portuguese song and for the Latvian song?
I mean, I don't think I would really choose. Very good question, by the way. I don't think I would choose. I think I would sit down with my guitar on my piano and kind of see what shows up. I think my natural approach to music, it's usually, I like writing, it's like singer-songwriter stuff, pop and some, I say pop with the growl because I like the soulful approach to things. But I think it would depend on what the story is, what it asks for, and then see kind of what flows naturally. But probably within something within the pop genre, I guess.
Right, yeah. Sounds about right. You're obviously celebrating Latvia with all the redness of your clothes and the stage. Is that on purpose? Are you trying to be as Latvian as possible on Eurovision?
Okay. I mean, I definitely, I'm proud to be able to represent Latvia, and I'm trying to do that to my best capacity for sure. The color red is a color that I feel connected to in many ways because it represents passion and drama. I think the Funny Girl song has a lot to do with that as well. And I like how it makes me feel when I'm on stage. So it's a color that brings me comfort, but also makes me feel empowered. It makes me stand in a different way. And you know the colors of the Latvian flag too. It's just a very nice coincidence.
And there's all the hair flipping too, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of hair, so you gotta get it out of the way. I think it's so funny it became a thing. I didn't really expect it.
You should
but yeah.
teach us how to do that because
Oh my God.
everybody would love to know how
Okay.
to flip hair like that.
If I do that, everyone has to do it with me. I'm not doing hair flips by myself.
Okay, we can try.
Yeah, just whew.
No.
Right
teach
now.
us. Yeah,
Oh my
sure, why
God.
not?
Okay, I feel like I have to stand. Okay. The things we do. I mean, for the Funny Girl, I think it's just here, put it on one side. I want some people stand up and do it with me. The ones that aren't with
let's
cameras.
stand up and do
If
some
we're not
hair
with the
flip.
camera, stand up. Come on, everybody, everybody.
Come on.
Yes, thank you. Even the guys. I know you don't have that much hair to
Especially
flip,
the
but like,
guys.
yeah, it's all about the head.
Can I do that too?
Okay, so just imagine if you don't have long hair that you have this like beautiful weave. You're just here, and then it's just about kind of like the click of the neck. So
Yeah.
it's just here. And Oh, my mom did it so
yes,
well.
yeah.
Yes.
Bulgaria knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Good one, good one.
It's basically it. Yeah. I think like I've always had like long hair and a lot of hair, so I incorporated into the performance. But the reaction I got to it was
It
so
looks a bit like
funny.
a signature, which is really cool.
I mean, I'll take it. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, there.
Oi, Laura. Meu nome é Antônio, eu sou desde a Rússia. Muito obrigado por toda essa paixão. Foi absolutamente ótimo. But question will be in English. What is
Very
your
good Brazilian accent, by the way.
Yeah, that was very good Portuguese.
It's not an accent. What is your favorite Brazilian singers and musicians? And who of them influenced your music?
Good question.
So many. I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of the classics, like old school, like Paralamas de Sucesso. Love them. I listened to a lot of Kid de Abelha. I love Ivete Sangalo.
Wow.
I'm actually performing one of the songs that she performs in
Really? Which
in
one?
Euro Village. Se Não Te Amasse Tanto Assim, that's by Herbert Viana and Paulo
Okay.
Marques Valle. And let me see, Seu Jorge, I think Seu Jorge is fantastic as well. Gilberto Gil, Caetano Veloso, really the classics. Those are my favorites. And yeah.
You're just coming from such a rich country regarding music that's
Well,
in all
both
these
of-
influences, it's almost like it's a natural thing when you're a musician.
I'm very lucky in that sense because both Brazil and Latvia are very
Yeah.
musical countries. Latvia is the country that sings the music that comes from their choir music is absolutely beautiful. They have choirs of like 20,000 people. It's insane. So I'm very lucky that I was able to be a part of two very musical
countries. And you're actually calling your next album Amber.
Yeah, amber is a Baltic stone. It's a stone that represents Latvia as well. And then I have 2 albums out, and then instead of doing a third full-out album, I decided to divide it in chapters, in EPs of 4 to 5 songs. And each EP is going to showcase a different side of me as an artist. The first one was Ruby, that was already red. So I've been with this red thing for a little while. And it was very pop-driven. And then the next one is Amber. Different color, and it's going to explore more soulful side. Funny Girl is actually supposed to be a part of Amber. And
It's going to be part of Amber.
yeah,
Okay,
and
good.
I anticipated the release because of this whole Eurovision thing. But there's
Yeah.
one more song actually from Ruby that's going to come out after Eurovision that
Wow.
I just shot the music video for.
Are you singing that in your village?
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Mysterious. Okay, here. Last question.
Hi Laura, I'm Patrick from EFR 12 Eurovision Radio in France. From the first time when I heard Funny Girl, I thought, oh, this song is so classy and glamorous. It could fit with a commercial for perfumes. How would you react if you were proposed to use this song for this purpose?
I mean, thank you, first of all, merci. I mean, I would be so flattered, and that would be amazing. It's when you're writing a song, I'm just thinking about the story of it, really, not where it's going to go that way. But I mean, yo, any perfume commercials needing music, hit me up. I'm available. Yeah. thank you.
Okay, she's the funny Brazilian Latvian girl and very talented too. A big, big applause to Laura Rizzotto
Thank you,
from
obrigada.
Latvia. Obrigado.